Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick and we're on a bit of a walk. If you're unfamiliar with these, I don't have too much control over the wind, so apologies if the sound goes up and down occasionally. Looks like there's a rainstorm due, so it might be a bit worse than other areas. But anyway, hope you're well. It's good to get out. I've got a few things I want to talk about today, but we're just going to relax. It's always nice and easy going. If you saw last week's Friday walk, it was a bit odd because I had some crazy person following me around, made it a bit hard to record. So this time I've decided to do the walk from the other way round, because I think on the second half of the walk he just disappeared as soon as we got past the red rubbish bag, which is a key point on these walks, a bit of a landmark. He wasn't there anymore, so I'm doing it the other way around so I get the majority of done before then. We'll see what happens, but it was the first time I'd ever seen him. He said lines to me like, can I borrow your camera? Well, let's have a go at your camera, mate. Yeah, so he's either a bit simple or someone that was on the take, but you know, you get people like that in life, and it was a rarity. Most people are pretty good. It's been a bit of a hectic week for me. Health's taken a bit of a dip. I'm getting it back a little bit again. I did go for a walk a couple of days ago, and I always didn't have enough energy to get back again. I think I was fighting off some kind of infection, and a few things going on at work as well, which I'll come to, which might have had their toll. This has been filmed on a Thursday, yeah, so Friday it might be a different situation completely, but I'll let you know in a bit. Whoops. Whoa, why'd they put bird poo on these? You want me to slip over? I'll do a little dance. No, don't slip over. There we go, into the outside. And no sign of any nincompoopery so far. So, hope you've been enjoying the coming to this fix. There seems to be less wind about the place, but we'll soon find out. Yes, camera is on, always good to check. Now, I hope you've enjoyed the videos going up on the channel. It tends to be about 6 a week there. Retro gaming vids is a bit of a mix. Mainly it's ZX Spectrum, but we do pick on other things as well. I'll run through them quickly in case you want to have a look at them. Might have seen them all already, you might have seen a few, but you know, if there's any that you missed or you think they're quite interesting, gives you a chance to get back and have a watch of those. There was a live stream on Tuesday. Hopefully be their live stream next Tuesday as well. Regardless of the health situation, I should have enough energy there. So yeah, last Saturday, we looked at Blade Alley on the ZX Spectrum. It's an early shooter. The colours are a little bit garish, but they've done really well with it. Good little programming. It's 3D. There's TIE fighters in this game, which was in a lot of ZX Spectrum games, because Star Wars has a heavy influence, of course. I've been told that it's the second level at least is largely based on Buck Rogers' ZX Spectrum game, which I haven't covered yet, so I've made a note to maybe look at that in the future, so that should be a good one. Then we also looked at a game called Go Bear Go, that's it, influenced by the arcade game Pengo, which involves you pushing blocks into enemies to kill them over single screens, and then aligning 3 white blocks together. Let's do this as we walk along. It's slightly damp there. You know when you sit on a damp patch and it goes through your trousers? Maybe not. Too much information, Nick. Yeah, so Go Bear Go was an interesting one. Quick Snacks is another sort of idea based on Pengo, and we reviewed Frantic Pengo, I think, which was a homebrew a little while back. So yeah, good to compare these together. But it was a cover tape, Go Bear Go, and if I'd got that, I think it was a time where Sinclair User was going down a bit in the quality, certainly getting a bit thinner, so it's good that they was improving these tapes at least. A bit exposed here, so there might be a bit of wind. Now, talking of homebrews, it's a bit undercover here. Talking of homebrews, a bit dark, that means it's going to rain soon. Talking of homebrews, he said, down his vertigo edit, we looked at Snake Escape, which comes from a recommendation. That was a good game. It's a bit like an advanced version of that Nokia game called Snake, but this time you have to maneuver the actual main Snake character to actually get an apple. There's limitations what height he can do, and then he goes up based on his own body. Different levels, gradually gets more and more difficult, and there's different obstacles to negotiate. The one problem with that, which I've never experienced before, in terms of uploading, the chip tune on there had been copyrighted, so they got a copyright claim straight away, so they had to re-edit the thing with the music a lot lower. It doesn't take away from the review at all, it's just a little bit of shame that things are generally going in that direction, and perhaps I can see in a world where things are being monetised and maybe artists aren't getting paid what they think they should get paid, they're trying to claim that as well. I mean, I don't think they should have been able to, because it was a clean review, but there we go, that's just the way things work. Now, on the Commodore Amiga, I had a look at a game called Skull and Crossbones, which I liked on the Spectrum as well. A bit like Golden Axe, but with like a piratey sort of like feel to it. I expected the game to be brilliant because the Spectrum one was awesome. The Amiga one, it was severely lacking. It could have been a whole lot better than that. We look at games like the quality of Shadow of the Beast by Psygnosis. This one looks like quite a lazy conversion. I think it might have got ported from the Atari ST rather than being a game in its own right, which is a bit of a shame. Should have been heaps of fun, but alas, it was not. Wind's really picking up. I think it's going to rain in a minute. Might have to speed this up a little bit. Yes, on the Atari 2600 we looked at Tutankhamun, a game we already looked on the ZX Spectrum. It's an arcade conversion. It plays a lot different to the Spectrum version. Now, if you see the review, the first maze I do is red because I'm using the PAL version. Every other review you see on YouTube, the maze will be orange. It's because they're using the American version. There, so you know, it's the PAL version. Plays it in a similar way. You control a man pre-Tomb Raider going around Tutankhamun's tomb, getting keys to go through doors and raiding the treasures as well. So that's quite an interesting maze game. I do like those early retro maze games. Okay, and the last one is, well, it's Rossi Bossi. I've been meaning to, it's by him, I've been meaning to review this game for quite a while now. It's Nifty Lifty 2, influenced by the original Nifty Lifty, of course, where you control a guy going up different levels, collecting toys, then to get to the next level. Each one has got different stages to it. And this is probably my favourite game of the week. Really, really well coded, a lot of attention to detail. Pays great homage to the original game, got fantastic music, been put together with care. I'm a little bit biased, of course, because I did a very small amount of the voice work for Peter Pepperpot, which sounds a bit like a Dalek. But yeah, a really great game. To check out that review, check out Rossi's site as well. He's a member of the channel, and I'll be giving him a shout out a bit later on as well. So Nifty Lifty 2, great game. Right, let's get moving. It's not raining as of yet. This is the bit, apart from the potential nincompoop in the second half, this is the bit of the walk I've been worried about the most. Now look at this, the amount of thorns I've got to try and go through. So I'll be ducking down and stuff. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Right, here we go. This is like some sort of, I'm caught already. This is like some sort of Indiana Jones thing, I think. Hang on, we can do this. Ooh, we can do this, can we? No. Up. God knows how this is going to come out on the camera. I think the problem is we've had a lot of rain recently. This has got overgrown. It's no one's real job to cut this down. I need to come through with a machete or something. Whoa, oh God. Hope this is making good television. Jeepers. Yeah, that wasn't good. Right, he's done it. Over we go. Right, here we go. Landmark coming up. Right, we can't have a walk without seeing that. Delightful. Don't want to open it ever. What a parcel that would be in some kid's party. We're into the woods, folks. Into the woods. Oh, dog attack. No, it's not the yappy dog from the guy before. There's some sort of like dog, not a dog sanctuary, a dog. I think it's a dog home when people go on holiday. What's that called? You know what it's called. I think I need some lighting, don't I? I need people with lights to follow me. I made a video in the woods again, one of these Friday walk ones, a few weeks ago, if not a month. It was, yeah, I mean, it was about it got quite a good reaction. It was about my journey with stress, different jobs I've had, banking, and then I've changed to retail, primarily a supermarket, to try and ease that stress down. Because the idea was, I was stressed up to my eyeballs in banking, and the idea was I wanted to make a go of it on YouTube. I don't know how unrealistic that is, but that's what I wanted to do. So ideally, I couldn't support myself completely with that, so I wanted to get a part-time job where there's no stress at all, where I can just go in, do the job, then come back, make up the difference in obviously in the income to pay rent and stuff, and then do YouTube. Because I've been doing about 9 years, and I've got to a level. It's not a case that I've been doing it 2 weeks and then I thought, right, okay, let's go for it. But yeah, so that was the general idea. Because I'm quite a stressy person, but then I try and rationalise it afterwards. It's not always easy at the time. So it's been going quite well at the supermarket there. Then I had a change of management. Now that might be largely coincidental with what's happened to me, but different people get on with each other differently. But I'm sure it's purely coincidental. No two people are going to run things in exactly the same manner. And when I get things out of perspective, I've got to bear that in mind as well when I analyse it in the cold hard light of day. Because people are people, we aren't robots, sort of like processes, but people will adapt them different. And also as well, you've got to remember also to try and take the bigger picture and try and understand other people's stresses and what they do also. Because at the end of the day, we're all trying to survive, aren't we? We're not individuals, although you must look after yourself. There, Nick, what are you going on about? Well, I had a job. It's a straight level of pay in the supermarket, no matter if you're on the checkouts or, unless you're management of course, if you're in the checkouts or if you're in charge of all the legal stuff and the volumes of waste, you get paid the same amount. Now, because of my banking background, I was put into a situation where I've got to try and save the department money in terms of making sure things are reduced in price. I won't say the name of the supermarket, but things are reduced in price to prevent waste, so the company doesn't, whoa, almost dropped it there, doesn't lose money. So I was really good at my job, and it turned out, change of management, I say, might be coincidental, I wasn't. There was stuff that was sort of like being missed. Now, because I'm such a perfectionist, this was getting to me, and I used to get up in early, and even before I clocked in, start working to try and get it, and for whatever reason I wasn't. Oh man, okay, so this is Thursday as this has been recorded. I'm struggling a little bit, my health has taken a bit of a dip. Yesterday when my day was off because of the stress of it, I was asleep for about 12 hours, which is weird. It's taken out of me. I'm having a bit of a battle to try and transfer departments, so it's not really a done thing. Now, because this has been recorded Thursday, I've got a meeting Friday at 11 o'clock. So by the time you're watching this, there'll already be the result of that meeting. I really don't know what's going to happen in that meeting. Before they said the transfer was pretty tricky because of the employment levels. But all I know is I can't continue doing a job that's going to have a detriment to my overall health. I might as well try and look for something else. Now, hopefully we can work it out because I really like that place and the people that are there. If I can, although it's not the greatest job in the world being on checkouts, I actually like it. Weird as it seems, and it fits what I want to do really, really well. Because you have people going through the checkouts, and to a degree, I feel like it's a bit of a live stream. It's good therapy for me, speaking to people, and the time goes really, really quickly to a point where I don't even regard it as a job. At the end of the day, I'm just going blip, 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 blip with all the stuff. I talk to people. Sometimes people are a bit stressed with the lockdown stuff, and it gives me an opportunity to try and make them happy and so forth. Some people are really grumpy, but a lot of people are quite happy. So I love that aspect of the business. So that's what I want to transfer there. Now, they might let me do it. I know I've got compliments from customers before because of my attitude and conversation and try and de-stress everything. I'm not one of these people that chuck loads of things through a checkout, so you've got a pile of stuff and you're trying to put it in your bags while everyone's waiting, getting stressed out. I'm not like that at all. So hopefully that can happen, but I don't know. But you know, going to the supermarket was a good idea. It was a good place to work, but the position I'm in at the moment, under the current setup, is not good for me at all. So I have suffered over the last few days. I had to take a couple of days off work with it. I try not to beat myself up too much about it, because you can just say, look, I'm a failure. You're not a failure. You just need to find out. Some people are more stronger than others, and I think what's happened to me in the past with banking, it's damaged me to a certain extent. That's okay. I know this. I've got to have zero stress there. If YouTube wasn't there, so thank you, I'd be in big trouble. But that is the one for me. So I like to keep it a bit honest, because you might have problems as well, or similar problems in there, and let you know we're all on different paths, and it's a little bit of a battle. So, you know, sorry if that's a bit self-indulgent, but that's all I've got on these walks, to talk a bit about myself, a bit of a de-stress. It's a bit of a sanctuary, these sort of places as well. So, yes, by the time you watch this video, I would have already had that meeting, and either one of two things are going to happen, really. One is I'm going to, hopefully not, is leave my job, because it's no good for me long term. I'm just going to get gradually worse if I get pulled up on something. Or they're going to allow the transfer, and everything's going to be really cool going forward, because that's the ideal scenario for me. Go in, make people happy, retain your energy, you'll go, come back, I'll be able to pour more time into YouTube as well. So that's the thinking. Okay, random, isn't it, life? But there, that's what it's about. Oh dear. I kind of forgot walking this way around, although there's a bit of chance of getting out of the way of that nincompoop. We're sort of like in potential nincompoop territory now. Hopefully he's not there. I forgot going this way around. There's this bit, it's a bit super steep. You can do it, Nick. I haven't got very grippy shoes on, just got these old brown shoes I've got for mud stuff. But you know, what's the worst thing that could happen? It almost did happen then. So I've been thinking about work a lot over the last couple of days, an unhealthy length of time when I've not been asleep. I think in the last 48 hours prior to today, I think I've been asleep over 24 hours of that. I was feeling a bit tired, feeling a little bit better now. Obviously a little bit nervous about that meeting. Just started raining. It's a warm heat as well, so hopefully it won't be too long. But if it gets to a point where you're thinking about work all the time, every waking minute, even when you leave, I think there's a bit of an issue going on there. I don't know if you're in that sort of position. What I want really is something, though it don't sound very ambitious, I want something straightforward and simple for the time being, getting my brain back in order so I can just go and forget about it completely. Don't get me wrong, obviously do your job well, work hard while you're there, and then depart. But I think that what anyone wants really is to be seen to be good at their job with as little pressures as possible. I can understand that management are under different pressures as well, especially when you're underfunded and not feel that you're supported. But at the end of the day, it's like teamwork and trying to see what you do, how it affects other people, and always be big for that. Not everyone sees those views, but it's good to keep a bit of an idea. So yeah, oh dear, how's that meeting going to go? A bit nervous really. Probably notice when I do these walks, I carry around sort of a whiteboard with me, and on that whiteboard is just odd notes so I know what I'm talking about, or pointers. I haven't got too many news items to talk about this time, because it's pretty much like a health one. It's a good idea, but the only problem with that is when it starts to rain, the water's going to slip down the whiteboard. The main things I have down in there is like the members, so I'll give you a thank you. So thank you to all the members, which we'll come to a bit later on, and also thank you to just purely watching this video. Hopefully it's helping you at some degree, easing stress. That's what the main channel is about. But thank you to the subscribers as well, and everyone that's even clicks on the video to watch it. It's really helpful, so thank you for that. I'm feeling a bit puffed now. I don't mind telling you. Oh dear, will I be able to get back in time? I think I would do. It's all about, I don't know if this works, it worked the other day. It's all about increasing blood flow, isn't it really? The other day I was a bit tired when I did went on this walk before. I think it was like Monday or Tuesday, my day off. And I found that if I, this is going to seem really weird now, if I put my thumb underneath my armpits and scratched a bit, it sort of like increased blood flow. I seem to have more energy. Was that psychological or is that an actual thing? I'm not a medical person, no. It's quite noisy here. Also, I've noticed that I'm not thinking straight at the moment, but I'm glad I've gone out on this walk. Show must go on no matter what. there's a lot of water's got on this, so on the shout outs I might have to I can remember what they are, but I might have to just relate to the links on the screen. So apologies about that, but I think I can make you all out just some of the links again. Yeah. Anyway, that's what you like about this channel, isn't it? The stuff that goes wrong. Stand by. Seems that stalker bloke hasn't been around at all today. Maybe I'm just out at a different time. It's a bit unnerving when you're trying to film and someone's following you. Sometimes it's happened a few times before, a different location actually, where someone's trying to disrupt the filming. They see a camera and then they try and do all sorts. You do get people that members of the public that are just interested in what you're doing. I think one time someone thought I was something to do with the government with a road plan or something. So I don't mind that sort of stuff. Give them an answer and then they're gone. It's just the other stuff is a bit weird. Yeah. Anyway, let's go and do some shout outs then for the members. A huge thank you to the members who are keeping this channel running. Without you, it probably wouldn't be running at all. If you want to find out how to become a member, click on the join button for supporting the channel. There's 3 tiers. Thank you to everyone on that. You've gone above and beyond. And if you're on the 2nd tier or above, I will give you a shout out, your name or any links you want doing. Now a lot of this, which I've written down, has got covered in water. It's not very legible. The links, I think I can make out everyone else. So I might have to do a bit of editing with the link process. Okay, so see, you might get a bit where suddenly you're somewhere else instead of with me. But anyway, special thanks this time to GTB Films. Thank you, Neil Barrett, Ratty. That's from memory. It's all a blur. Thank you, Ratty. Grey Hulk 2, Malad 1. Zone 1255, thank you. Big thanks to Alf Fairweather and Una Bjornsson. This is memory now. Jason Smith, thank you. Nikki S. Claire Johnson. Whatho Snorkers, thank you. John Roby and Jeffrey Searby, thank you. Steve Norman, thank you, Steve Norman. This one I can read. So retroarcadia.blog is Steve's blog, but I will edit something in because I can't read what he's done on the site. So it's retroarcadia.blog. We're going to go somewhere else now with some crazy magic. And this is Steve Norman's blog. See, sometimes when there's an error on the channel or there's a problem, sometimes things work out better. So this is better. What a better shout out this is. So it's retroarcadia.blog. You see there the games that made me all the way back into the 1970s. It's a really nice layout, this site. I know I've said it before, but I've described it. I don't know if you've been here, but well worth having a go. There's all the categories there. Arcade, Atari 2600, Atari Lynx. There's lots of stuff. Even Commodore VIC-20 is there. iOS, good stuff. GameCube. Look at all these things here. So a great big mix of retro gaming for you. This week he's looked at discovering Ninja Jalamaru-kun on the NES or the NES. There's quite a bit of information. You see it's quite well worded, well worked out. See, he's got his tweets there on the side there. Awesome stuff. So really good blog from Steve Norman. Do have a look there. There's his logo. There's loads of stuff, loads of stuff. So whatever sort of like system you're into, you're going to be able to find something that you like, no doubt. Let's have a look at the Atari 2600 stuff. Burger Time, that was good. I like playing that on the Atari 2600. There's pole position there. He's gradually building up quite a big library on this. No Commodore Amiga as of yet. There we go. But plenty of other stuff. PlayStation 4. So right, complete and utter mix there. Sinclair Spectrum. Northern Lights. See, that was a good one. I did enjoy doing that. So do take a while to try and get to this site. retroarcadia.blog. Wow, what a shout out that is. Back to that idiot in the field. Yes, so big thank you to Lemmy Barnett, Steve Q and Phil Hill, Rossi Bossy as well. So thank you, Rossi. Let's have a look at Rossi's site as well. And this is Ros Bozzy's site, the site we're talking about for, well, quite a number of weeks. It's rosbozzy.itch.io. That's rosbozzy.itch.io. Rosboz, it says up the top. You can follow him on, I think that goes to Twitter, I'm not quite sure. But that's Twitter. That one is his Ko-Fi page.
Where does that go? That's probably this screen. Oh look, there's you can download the games there. Let's go back then. So yes, there's Nifty Lifty 2, which we covered yesterday. You can see it on PC there, which we looked at. But you can get it for Android if you want it on the go. Same with Re-Enduro, which I'll have to look at some point. Actually, is that just? I think that's just on PC at present. I think so. Haven't looked at Santa's Christmas Scramble. Might have to do that there. So there's Ross's site. Currently working on Super 3D Pixel Grand Prix, although the name of that might be changing, I'm not quite sure. But coming together really well, so look out for that. So a great site there, rosbozzy.itch.io.
There we go, it's working. Thank you to Jason Holmes, Andrew Gibson, Stu Hu, Shono Baggy and David Harakawa. Thank you everyone, really, really appreciated. And also special thanks, huge thanks to everyone on the upper tier of this, which is Colin Hode, Martin R, Richard Mitten, Tom, Graham Bebke, thank you, and Jules M. I think Jules' site is mygamingmemories.weebly.com, but I'll do a quick edit to that site as well. Extra work for Nicky.
Here we go. Yeah, I was right. It's mygamingmemories.weebly.com. This is Jules' site, mygamingmemories.weebly.com. Looks like it's got an improved layout from when I was last here, unless I'm being not very observant. There's a new Spectrum blog on called Kong Strikes Back, and also on the Game Boy Advance as well. It's an excellent non-racing Inspector Gadget game, and a not-so-excellent, Jules says, Chronicles of Narnia game, and a Rugrats game as well. So, you know, it's got these menus now. There's the ZX Spectrum games, Attic Attack, Arcadia, a lot of good ones here. 3D Star Strike, Death Chase, Derby Day, that's a lot of fun there. And there's Jules' recent one, Kong Strikes Back, if you want to have a look at that. It's got some screenshots as well. It's always nice to see there. So there you go. mygamingmemories.com. I recommend you check that one out. A whole treasure trove of information, really. There's cartoon capers that Jules was doing as well. Hardware. Other topics. It's really coming along, this one, and getting better and better. So do check that one out. Lots of lovely screenshots, which I always like, and Game Boy Advance stuff. Jules has really been finding games I never heard of back in the day, so have a look at that. So thank you. See, it worked out a bit better, didn't it? All the names rubbed off because of rain on the board, so you got to see pictures instead. So you haven't already, or you have done, have a look at all these sites I've mentioned there. Members of the channel, all good people, have a look. Back to Nick in the woods.
Yeah, so thank you for coming on my walk. Hasn't really done a big downpour. Big videos going up on Saturday, of course, 2 ZX Spectrum ones and a couple on Sunday. Members already know what videos they are. So don't get too stressed. I'm going through quite stressful times at the moment, but talking to you guys really helps me. I've always said before, when we come together in a group, it helps give us perspective. We can take comfort in other people's experiences and what they've done to come through, you know, and we all group together, because, you know, it's quite easy to be in isolation. When you're in isolation, you play mind games with yourself, which we all do, and you can make it a lot worse. Sometimes it just needs a few lines to bring you back up on running again. And this will be a constant theme on the channel, no doubt, because it's a life battle. I don't think you're ever fully cured of it, but there's coping mechanisms. Sometimes we slip, and sometimes we come back again. But the thing is, we can live with this. We can do it. So, till next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.
And Jenkin.